possibility of, why am I even coming on this show? Why am I doing this? What am I've been keeping this secret now for 6 years. Why am I doing this?
Yes, Maury, absolutely. Like I told you, me and Jeremiah are supposed to be getting married March the 6th. Kamari just had a birthday party, which was last Saturday, and Cedric was actually at the birthday party and bought Kamari over $600 worth of gifts. He told me that, if you and Jeremiah get married, I'm going to tell him that we've been sleeping together. And, Maury, I just feel like it's time for me to let him know, because I feel like if I don't do it before Cedric do it, I'm going to lose my family.
Wow. This is very difficult, especially when we bring out these two guys who, as I read, are both very good people. Lakeisha, here's the thing. Because Jeremiah's on the road a lot. You found out you were pregnant. Who was with you when you found out you were pregnant?
I was at Cedric's house, and my stomach was hurting, and I told Cedric that my stomach was hurting, and he told me let him run down the street to Family Dollars and get a test for me to take. I took the test at Cedric's house, and he was so excited. He was like, it's his son. That's my baby. We finally did it, and he was just excited for me.
Okay. So, Jeremiah comes home after you find out you were pregnant. He was excited.
He was very excited about the baby.
You don't have kids together, right?
No, it's their first child.
Then when you went into labor, Jeremiah was back on the road. Who was at the hospital with you?
Jeremiah was in New York City driving trucks on the road, exactly, and Cedric was there.
At the hospital?
Absolutely. I called the ambulance. I called Cedric first, and Cedric told me to call the hospital because he wasn't going to make it in time. I called the ambulance. The ambulance came. Before we even could get to the hospital, the ambulance said that someone was behind the car, and they didn't know if they was going to have an accident because Cedric was driving so close to the ambulance. And once we got to the hospital and they rolled me out of the ambulance, Cedric was there. It was Cedric the whole time.
And you felt guilty?
I felt so guilty, Maury. I didn't know what to do. I felt lonely because Jeremiah was out of town and I didn't have no one there with me. So I called Cedric and I called him and he came. And Jeremiah was nowhere to be found. And Jeremiah came like 3 days later, Maury. He came 3 days later and he was so excited to the point to where he didn't even think to say, why is Cedric here? He was just so excited that Cedric was there to help him, and he was just like, thank you, you my boy. I appreciate you for being here for my family. And it was so uncomfortable for me, Maury, because I got both of these guys here. Both of them. Because I don't know.
I understand. And Jeremiah doesn't feel anything wrong with his best friend being there because, in fact, if you have to go back, Cedric's a little older than Jeremiah, and he was his mentor when he was young. And they've been together as best buddies ever since. And he's never, I don't think, ever questioned Kamari's paternity. He's always thought he was his father.
Yes.
But here's the rub. Cedric wants to be the father, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He does, Maury. He does. He does.
In a few moments, we're all going to know what's going to happen here. You think Jeremiah could forgive you?
I don't know, Maury. But last night, it was very uncomfortable for him. He wouldn't even talk to me. He's been sort of distant since I came to him a couple of days ago for the paternity test. He's been very distant, so I don't know. I pray to God he do.
Lakeisha, this is truth-telling time. When was the last time you slept with Cedric?
Oh, Maury. Honestly, it's been about 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago. Yes.
Could you give up Cedric?